I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Ashes of thorns on your bed are turning my blood into children of dark.
Salute, and welcome back to the Black Ocean Announcement. Getting deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark, and we are broadcasting to you live from the world famous Atlanta, Georgia, the city where lames who complain about women every weekend will not find themselves welcomed by the women, be they the hood rats or the sophisticated sisters, until they take themselves back to the trash can that they belong in. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have to start the broadcast out the right way, because tonight we definitely have a very important lesson that we have to dive into about these alabastresses. Now, you all know that, yes, when it comes to Alabastress class of women, oh boy, let me tell you something. They are the most destructive, deceitful, conniving, manipulative, untrustworthy, demonic imitations of women on the planet. And yes, I stand by that 1000%. Yes, I do. And I'm going to prove my point here tonight. Okay. We got a lot to cover here regarding this, because I got to shout out the good brother Philip Scott for this, because part of what I'm going to cover is something that I saw on his channel. And I said, oh yeah, I got to dive into this and actually flesh this out a bit further. Okay. So just letting you know, if you're an Alabastress woman watching this, this ain't gonna be the broadcast for you, okay? This really ain't designed for your people anyway, bro. Just letting you know, you're gonna be ultra offended at tonight's broadcast. And salute to the good sister, Tina Collins, for showing love on the Cash App. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. Let me go ahead and greet you, or my esteemed guests join us here tonight. Let me make sure I can see the chat room. Okay. Let's see here. Back up here. I had it up and then I pulled it down. Okay, let's get back up here. All right. Let's see. I see the good sister Sandra Evans in here. I see Patricia Jenkins in the house. Pete St. Cloud, Black Truth United, is joining us. What's up, my brother? Brother Seven Skills is in here. Sister Tanisha Murdoch is joining us. The fabulous V Moss and those legs of hers are in here. Keith Prince is in here. Salute to the good sister Mrs. L and her husband. Okay, salute to y'all in the building. Let's see, I see the Lone Wolf Effect in here. Only Pamela's Way. Delisa Marie is joining us. Let's see. Sakina Collins is in here. Okay, make sure I don't miss anybody. I see GB King Harris in here. Derek Parker's in here. Let's see, Jason Ferreira. I see you, Charlie X. All right, let's see. Josh Norris in the building. Patrice 03 in the building. What's going on, sister? Doc B1, I see you, my good brother. Let's see. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Lil Brain is in here. Good brother Nightfall Drop. Salute and welcome to all of you and everybody else that'll be joining us in attendance here tonight. So, family, let me tell you something. One of the things I try to do with my platform is definitely it's all about the education and empowerment of Black America. Okay, primarily my lineage, but definitely the non-FBA brothers and sisters that are on code as well. But when it comes to dealing with them folks, okay? See, look, everybody understand that, the white man, okay, the ones that practice anti-Black racism and white supremacy, if you're not a white person that practice that, okay, we're not talking about you, but greater majority of the country does, okay? We just not going to mince words about that. This isn't Tim Scott and Byron Donalds that's going to tell you America ain't a racist country. Bullshit. Past and present day evidence shows that it is definitely a racist country, okay? As far as the people in it, all right? Yes, it definitely is. So we're not going to play that game over here, okay? You're looking for a Black man to play that particular game, there's a couple of the channels you can go find, okay, that actually do that. I don't have to name names. They're out there. You can go search for them. This isn't one of them, okay? Family, we often talk about that white man, but see, we have to look at who raised that white man. Where did he come from? Where did he get his ideology? Because we all know that women are the first teachers of children, okay? So tonight, we're going to give you a stark reminder of exactly how dangerous, okay, and conniving his mammy is. Okay, yeah, we go and deal with that. We gonna definitely teach this lesson in a number of different ways and go over several different components to it that a lot of people tend to forget. And by the time we finish threading this needle, it's going to be one you'll want to refer back to often. Okay. So we're going to let you know exactly why you don't have no coalition with them sisters. Okay. Even if you was one of them sisters that think you got a coalition with a bunch of them just because you got one or two friends that's cool. And ain't nothing wrong with being cool with individuals. Is that the problem comes in when you start looking at the individuals that you cool with, and then you drop your guard and say, okay, well, the collective is going to be just like them. That's where you run into problems at. Because see, if you look at a lot of how some of our women that voted for Kamami are looking at how disappointed they are with the results of the election, remember, this was one of the broadcasts that called it early on. And I told you, white women are going white women, okay? That is not going to change. How many times they have to keep showing you in different ways that, hey, look, they'll boost your head up to jump out there because our sisters are very passionate, very vocal, okay, very courageous with certain things. They'll boost you up to go out front. Then when you do all the rah-rah, sis, boom, bar fighting, and if it fall through, hey, they're going to go back over there with Zaddy and enjoy their tangibles, okay, with their man that run the society. Meanwhile, you jump out there, for the ones that this applies to. You turn against your community. You try to say, okay, the black man don't know what he's talking about, and you go running over there with them. Here's the problem. And see, this is what pains me. I don't say this with any pleasure or joy or to mock things like some people do. Because I actually do care about my people for real. And the only way we win is together and on code as black men and black women. This is what saddens me. For the sisters that applies to, you'll jump over there, and then when the bottom fall out, every one of them women, the white women and the white adjacent women, we talking about the Asians, East Indians, Hispanics, and Arabs, they go back to their men. Meanwhile, when everything fall through, you frustrated and out there by yourself because you alienated your men by telling us how much we don't know and the Tiffany Crosses of the world, you just need to get in line behind the women. Let me tell you something. The men were not meant to follow behind the women in any demographic. We wasn't, okay? There's a reason for that. That doesn't mean that women are less than. That doesn't mean you put women down. That doesn't mean that women don't have an important place in the society. It's just not meant to be in the lead most oftentimes. Now, there's certain things that women are supposed to take the lead in. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? See, that's something we're going to have to really, for those of us with sense. Now, if you don't have no sense, we're not talking to you. But for those of us with sense, men and women over here, black men and black women, we're going to have to get back comfortable and resetting some order and saying, hey, look, I'm a man. This is my responsibility. These are the things that I'm best at. You're a woman. These are your responsibilities. These are the things that you're best at. And we operate at full capacity to the best of our ability in our given roles, okay? Now, are there exceptions to the rules? Sure, there are. But you don't base long-term decisions off an exception to the rule, okay? See, we got to get back to actually speaking that and not, going about this manufactured society where everybody got to be a big overgrown child and just lie to people about things. Salute to the good brother Black Truth United for the cash out. Thank you very much, my brother. Okay, so we're going to get some balance and order to this tonight over here. This is going to be a great reminder of what we need to be paying attention to, because a lot of times when we get to talking about racism and white supremacy, a lot of people just give Becky a pass. And she was one of the chief architects and the linchpins of white supremacy on the psychological and the infancy stages of the teaching of the ideology. Okay, so just letting y'all know what you're in for here tonight. Now, with that said, we got sponsor time. We got to bring back this classic because, since those of us in Black America, the shillbillies, are upset with us, they don't really want to hear nothing we got to say, because I told you I am Chef Strodama Shark, okay? I'm Chef Strodama Shark, okay? Shark Strodama Chef, whichever one you want to put it. Because I'm whipping up I told you so pie. I'm crushing up pecans, putting it on there. I'm even giving you a little dab of whipped cream, and I'm shoving it down your damn throat. You right, you shillbillies. You gonna get this pie, okay? You gonna eat it, and you gonna like it. You gonna eat it for 4 years, okay? That's all you're getting. I told you so pie, because we damn sure told your ignorant asses. And boy, y'all just wait till I go in on Uncle Juke, or as I call him, Luke the Juke. And why do I call him Luke the Juke, Luther Campbell? because he has a jukebox quarter slot in his mouth, little tether slot, gap to tether you. I'm gonna go in on his ass. This latest crap that he done put out on social media here on X, oh boy, he is the Geico lizard gap tooth bastard that keeps on giving, okay? So just know I'm gonna get on him soon. Also, a couple other announcements before we get into our sponsor here, because this sponsor is one that's gonna tell them, since she's not a black person, she gonna get these hillbillies straight. But I'm definitely still gonna do the X space where I'm gonna have a bunch of professional sisters that I'm gonna be reaching out to. Shout out to Mrs. L and her husband. Okay, she's gonna be participating. If Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Gonna be reaching out to several more of you, Dr. Chanel Phillips, several of you. Okay, gonna be contacting you and look. Just so you have a heads up on, I'm not going to be asking you to put out your personal information, where you work personally, just what your profession is. And, some advice to the younger women that will be wanting to pursue what you do for a living. And, just giving them some pointers on how to carry themselves in the workplace, how they should dress, how they should deal with passive aggressive racism, okay, from them folks. Because, see, it's one thing for the men to say it, but it's another thing to have the sisters that are women say, hey, look, yes, the brothers mean well when we talk, but this is what it's like to live as a woman in Black America. So that's something I'm going to be doing on my channel from time to time with a lot of issues. Hey, let's let the sisters talk that are qualified to speak, okay? So I'm going to start out on X, and then we'll eventually be bringing that over here to the channel. A lot of things going to be different in 2025, okay? So that's something that's coming up as well. Also, these stories that you all sent me on the brother that was a former Navy man, okay, I take that personal, that was killed down here in Georgia. His body was found down here in a river. They say he was from Florida, but he was here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be covering that, and I'm also going to be covering another story of something that happened to a brother in Mississippi. Okay, he lost his life as well. I'm going to try to cover both of those at the same time, so just know that when you send me stories, hey, I don't ignore them. I'm one of the people that if you send it to me, I'm going to do my research on it, look into it, and then I will bring the news to you all at the best of my ability. And I even try to reach out to people connected to these things. So give me a bit of time on that, and I'm going to put that together for you all, and we're going to get the message out here to the people. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get into our sponsor. Then we're going to jump into this lesson dealing with this demonic Alabastress gaslighting tonight. Go ahead and get started.
Is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid, so stupid.
Oh, this really pisses me off to no end.
IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president.
What the hell did you just say?
Indeed. So stupid. Indeed. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president.
So stupid. IQ equals no Q, no qualification to be the president.
Emotional, damn it!
You need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from any question from any question from
And the question from, and the question from,
and the question from so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot. Indeed. You need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president.
Oh, this really pisses me off to no end.
And the question from
Emotional, damn it!
Indeed. Is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid. She is so low. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president. You shall stay away from that position. You already lost the position. You lost our trust. You lost our vote. You just need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from the camera, from all
qualification to be the president.
What the hell did you just say?
You don't know anything. You cannot
Oh, this really pisses me off to no end.
let Trump to save America, to save the world.
Indeed. Gotcha, bitch.
Ah, yes, that was good old woke walk Wendy. Yes, old woke walk told you, Kamami, you need to stay away from that position. Just go home. Just go home. Ah, yes, for you young people that are over here that don't recognize what those characters were in there, listen, there's a hilarious movie, an older movie, okay, called Big Trouble in Little China. And the little old dude in the wheelchair was David Lopan. Okay, look, go watch the movie, young folks. Some of the older movies are good. Okay, because I know they're probably like, what the hell is that? Listen, that was the David Lopan remix of Woke Walk Wendy. Okay, y'all know me. Cause look, that was the tame version. I had another version where I had little dancing walks and all kinds of animated crap popping up on the screen. People throwing soy sauce all over. I was just like, oh no, I can't do this. Okay. Sometimes I try to rein my pity in because y'all know when I get started, boy, it's on and popping, okay? I'm thinking about, I might do this on Patreon because I don't know if I can get away with it on YouTube, but I might put some of that stuff out on Patreon, some of the stuff that I started to put out because I know I've said it a lot, and just put it over there, and y'all be like, oh, now I see why he was holding back, okay? I'm thinking about doing that, a collection of stuff that I would run. I was like, nah, this okay. So yeah, just know if you're on Patreon, some of that may just start popping up, okay? And I'm gonna leave that strictly over there. But I digress, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody is doing okay. I'm doing fantastic. All right, because tonight we're gonna do even better because we're gonna feed our minds with the truth over here. Oh yes, we are. We're going to feed our minds with some very educational truth because got something we're going to show y'all here, okay? Oh, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started with this because this is what we're going to be dealing with over here tonight. Oh, yes. Now, I know many of you are familiar with the restaurant Cracker Barrel. Oh, we got to deal with some Cracker Barrel tonight. Yes, we do. And yes, I got 3 Ks up there for a reason. This is exactly what we're going to have to be dealing with because, see, this is something I want especially our women and the younger generation to pay attention to. When we say the word white supremacist or we talk about anti-black racism, that does not mean somebody out front in front of your face yelling nigga, 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 nigga. No, 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 no. They may not call you the N-word at all. You better look out for the subtle racism and the manipulation that people try to pull on you because, see, one of the Alabastress woman's greatest manipulative qualities is being able to psychologically get her way through deception, okay? See, that's the reason why a lot of the sisters out there that voted for Commandment, that's why y'all so frustrated because she got you with that okie doke. What did I tell y'all? I see a lot of them women that are liberals, Democrats, they're going to talk that talk in your face. But when it comes time to go in that voting booth, they're going to do what they did last time. When it was Hillary, they was running. They went and voted for Trump. Look, when you say stuff like that, there's a demographic of black women out there. Oh, man, y'all don't know what you're talking about. Okay, hardhead. You go ahead over there. Now they mad and crying and crashing out online. And listen, let me tell you something. Some of you that applies to, you better stop that crap. You see, that's another thing about jumping over there, trying to align with Becky, especially if you want to be the special Negro in the room. It's only a handful of y'all. You start thinking you can do what they can do in society, and you can't. Becky can jump on lines and make threats against government officials. There ain't nothing gonna happen to her. Your black ass can't do that. I done seen some of that stuff, man. These jokers up here making threats, talking about hiring assassins and hitmen to go after the president. Okay, keep playing now. You're gonna end up with that one stupid Negro that got the most time out of the January 6th insurrectionists, because that's exactly what that was. The black one out there standing his stupid ass up there. Now, I can't remember if he's of our lineage or not as far as FBA Freeman, but his dumb ass got the most time. And now what did I tell you? But see, I'm going to tell y'all something. Brothers and sisters alike, I've said it many times, we have to get comfortable leaving certain people behind. That's just something we're going to have to do, okay? I know it's not a pleasant thought. I know we're compassionate people and we want to help as many of our folks as we can, but there is a such thing as a lost cause. Whether it's men or women, you got to recognize that. I'm telling you not to be cruel, but because time, the most precious non-renewable resource that any person has, is not a luxury that we have to afford or to waste. All of our time, all of our intellectual power, all of our physical power coming together as one, men and women in society, we have to marshal that in the best, most wise and efficient direction to empower our people. That means nothing can be wasted. We don't have time at this point. Yes, we secured a few victories here and there. And with this outcome of this election, we have. That doesn't mean because the Republicans in office, the main victory secured was showing the Democrats that without us, you don't do what we ask you to do as far as our agenda, you will crash and burn, okay? So that's where the victory part comes in, because a lot of shield billies, they're ignorant behinds. This is what let me know that you can't help most of them. When they didn't understand that, okay, in any election, you got 3 options, 4 really. You can vote Democrat, you can vote Republican, you can vote third party. Hell, you can write your name in. 5th option, you can sit it out. They think you only have to vote one or the other, and then the dumbass line, oh, if you sit it out, that's a vote for Trump. When somebody's saying that, they're too stupid to reach. And yes, I'm using the word stupid. We're not going to shy away from using that over here. Somebody talking like that, ain't nothing you can do with them. And just all you can do is shake your head and just walk in the other direction. It's not worth it, okay? There's somebody that don't have common sense enough to sit down. And see, this is the sad part about it. If they just got out of that fear-mongered mindset where they let Democrats whip them up and get them so afraid, and the sad thing about it, they'll call themselves Christians, talking about, oh, I believe in the Lord. And as soon as you say Trump, oh, God, here he comes. I'm like, you boy, you false Christian, you lying ass. Don't put God name in that if you are afraid of one mortal man, okay? And maybe it's the orange tan he got. I don't know. I know they're not no damn true Christians sitting there being that afraid of a damn man. But see, if they just sat their asses down and start thinking logically, they would see that a lot of that fear that they got going on, it doesn't make any sense. He gonna put it back in slavery. Okay, how's he gonna do it? And let's just say they did do it. Because see, this is the part that get me. I can give the women a pass for being afraid and actually thinking like that. But what pisses me off is when the men, scary asses, man, he gonna put her back in slavery. Motherfucker, if he tried it, your ass should be ready. That lets you know right there that you scared to death because you a punk. You sit up here going about your life. You ain't prepared to defend yourself no kind of way. Hell, let them bring that shit on. I wish they would. Huh? Just sitting around scared as hell. And those are the same types of men that, ladies, I'm warning you, if you got a man in your life that think like what I just said, you are unprotected, okay? I'm telling you now, because he's going to be just as afraid as you when shit hit the fan. If anything, you'll be the one with the bigger balls in the situation than him. But I digress. We're going to get on this Alabastress, this Cracker Barrel we got to deal with here tonight. Oh, yes, we are. And salute to the good brother, Courtney G, for the cash out. Thank you very much, my good sir. We're going to get into this Cracker Barrel. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be stopping this where need be. And I want y'all to take notes on this because I'm not going to miss any words.
Dear Black women, so I did a video yesterday addressing specifically Black women. So as a woman, we have blazed these trails together.
Let me stop this wrinkled up, dry dog shit face looking bitch right in her pink thin earthworm lip tracks right here. Let me just go ahead and stop her right now and get the business on this. First of all, Helfer, these trails that you and my women, my community's women have blazed together, I would like you to define the trails. Because see, last time I checked, you ain't blazing no trails to try to make sure that the children of your so-called fellow women, black women, get the same rights and breaks as far as in the justice system that your kids get? Because, you know, your kids can be 30 years old and commit all sorts of crimes, and then the judge will come in there and call them kids, huh? I still don't see you. Let's just leave black women out for a minute, because, see, I got to make this stick. Let's leave black men out of it for a minute, rather, okay? Let's leave black men out. We need to address what she's saying. Where is the trailblazing together for you fighting for our women to have the same 74 cents out of every white man's dollar that you make, Becky? Huh? Oh, we got to do the Hulk Hogan and put our hands to our ears, because I can't hear. I cannot hear, okay? I cannot hear any of the trails being blazed. Let's further go on to this trailblazing she's talking about. Sisters, let me ask some of you now, because feel free to interrupt me if I'm wrong on any of what I'm saying. And see, because I need to ask the black women. I'm just talking about what I observe as a man, but as always, it's the women who can advocate most for what you experience. Salute to the good brother Nightfall drop for the cash out. Let me go here with it. Sisters, on your job, is Becky advocating for you to get the same promotions that she gets when she's as dumb as a box of rocks and not qualified and probably sucking and fucking on the boss to get her promotion? But here you are, know how the entire place where you work from top to bottom and have come up with innovative ideas that they've stolen on your job, yet you still in the same position with the same pay. Is Becky a trailblazing and advocating for you to get up there where she is? I'm just asking a few questions. I just want to know. Now, if it's some sisters in the chat room that know better than me, talk to me. I want to know. Maybe I need to be corrected on things. I don't know everything. Let me further continue with my analogy here while I'm looking in the chat to see if if anybody has any information to the contrary, and you're a black woman, let me know. Is Becky trailblazing to go to these hospitals in mass, in numbers, saying, hey, damn it, these black women deserve to have their babies and come out the hospital safe and alive, her and her child, just like we do. We know what's going on in here. You better fix this and get it right. Is Becky blazing a trail to do that? Huh? I'm just asking a few questions. So, I mean, these just a couple of things I got on my mind about all this trailblazing that's going on together. Huh? Because, see, countless numerous of times. Oh, and I got to go here. Becky, you say you blazing trails together. I would like to ask this old rotten bitch specifically, and many of other her ilk, but definitely her, since she's talking about all this trailblazing together that's going on with our women. Bitch, where were you when our community was trying to get that old rancid, macey, rotten piss in the bottom level of hell, Carolyn Dunham Bryant, prosecuted for the murder of our brother Emmett Till? Where the fuck was you at then? All this goddamn trailblazing she talking about. See, look, white folks, let me tell you something. I can respect you all day long as long as we dealing in honesty, but when you start coming in front of my face and my people's face lying, all respect goes out the window. But see, I know why she's doing what she's doing here, because unfortunately there's a sickness in our community where many of our people, men and women, as soon as them folks start talking, you get lulled into a trance as if you've forgotten our history. And not only just the history, you've forgotten that present day attitudes show you that these younger ones still practice the same things that their forebears practiced towards us as far as anti-black racism. See, look, I don't have to hate anybody, but I'm not going to be a damn fool. So I'll just have some questions about all this trailblazing. Let's let this helpful continue.
We did this together. We need to stand together. Women, to include black women, got the right to vote.
Oh, I got to get her right there because, see, there's a thing called a Freudian slip, okay? Let me tell you where her Freudian slip was. She said women, and then she caught herself to include black women. Now, you know why she said that? See, I'm going to drill down on every part of this shit. We're going to break it down from the arrow to the zero. Usually when they say women, they mean white women only. She said women to include black women. Okay, if you're just talking about all women, why would you need to clarify that? The bitch caught herself, but see, the average black person, you wouldn't catch that. Well, don't worry, we're going to catch it all over here tonight. Let's let it continue.
After men, they're still leading the race. It's still not equal. Equality, equal pay. We still get less on the dollar. So why are you alienating high percentage of allies. Like, why are you doing this? Separation will lead nowhere. And in the real world, aside from TikTok, we have to bargain together.
Okay, see, let me say this directly, not only to this bitch, but those of her kind. This is what sickens me to my damn stomach about them. You say allyship, but it's not really allyship if every time our women go running over there to help you and it only benefits you and not them. Huh? That's not allyship. That's a slave-servant relationship. That's what the fuck that is. That's what that is. And see, for you women out here, that this applies to, my opening monologue there early in the broadcast applies to. The brothers that really care about you, we keep trying to warn you, you don't have no fucking friends over there. Let me be blunt about this, because I'm only one of the only content creators in the space that will say what I'm about to say the way I'm going to say it and have been saying it. You don't have no allies with her because that woman looks at you as her natural competition. And the mere fact that you are able to procreate and make more black people makes them hate you worse than the men. Do you understand me? These people don't look at any of us as human beings. They don't look at our children as children or human beings. They look at us the same way as their demonic forebearer Margaret Sanger did. At best, and this is the most polite way I can say it, as Margaret said it, they look at us as numerous weeds. Do you understand? A weed is a nuisance. That's something you want to get rid of and exterminate. Hence why Margaret Sanger did what she did and went to them treacherous, demonic-ass black preachers to help do that shit. And still doing it today. You better take a good look at this old raggedy bitch and ask yourself, okay, all this allyship, as soon as something don't go your way, where are you jumping up talking about, hey, look, we see what you need over here in your community. Let's come over here in numbers and help them. See, they can stick their nose in every other kind of business except for the business that benefits you, sisters. See, here's the question I have for you. Watch this, because I really want to make this stick. You think about all the Karening that you see, okay? Because you know when they go into Karen mode, that is the white woman at her highest potential, okay? They are the most destructive creatures on the planet. You want something fucked up or sabotaged, put their asses on the job, huh? When they go into Karen mode, where's the constructive version of Karen mode to act on the black women's behalf? When have you ever, because I've never seen it in my lifetime, maybe some of y'all have, when have you ever seen a group of white women get together and say, hey, don't treat these black women like this. What are you doing? They are fellow women. We're not going to have this. We're going to stand up together. Where you see that at? Why you don't see that? Because they know damn well what they would be labeled if they went that far in the community. See, they'll march around with you with a sign. Their people will forgive that shit because they know what kind of finesse that is to lower your guard. But let them actually do something that's going to benefit you. And then the ultimate litmus test. Okay. Cause see, a lot of black women gonna be mad at what I'm saying. The ones that my earlier dialogue applied to, a lot of them gonna be mad at what I'm about to say. But see, we dealing truth over here. Let me tell you what the ultimate litmus test is. If the bitch claimed that she's such an ally, ask her 2 questions. Hey, you gonna help me advocate for reparations for my lineage? And are you gonna help me advocate for an anti-black hate crime bill? Watch all that fake allyship go out the window. Let's let it continue.
We have to do this together. Why are you alienating? And what constitutes white? This is 2024, and most of us are blended. My family's blended. You know, I have.
Let me get on her ass right now, okay? Wrinkled up, long iron board ass that it probably is. Listen, first and foremost, to my biracial brothers and sisters out here that are black, we love you to life. So this is no slight against you. This is nothing to denigrate or demean you. As long as you in the community, you can't help who your parents are, okay? You can't help that. But as long as you in the community and you know where your people are and you consider yourself black, you identify as black, and you're not trying to be a Doja Cat or any of these other tragic mulattoes, like we're going to analyze one of them here later, then we love you. So please do not think that I'm a type of person that I hate biracial black people. No, I love y'all to life, man. Y'all our fellow brothers and sisters, okay? Now, if you out here like Herschel Walker's son, huh? With his little tutti fruity lemon booty ass, and you spout anti-black racism, hey, fuck you and everything you stand for, okay? That's where I stand with that. So I hope I'm clear on that. What I don't like about what she just tried is, and what is white? Bitch, you know what white is. White is what you live every day. White is what you see when you look in the mirror. And like Dick Gregory said, white is an attitude on top of that, okay? White is you being able to make that 74 cents to every white man's dollar that our sisters don't make. White is you being able to be a Karen in society and the police show up and they don't really do nothing to you. That's being white, huh? Oh, you know what white is, because if somebody asks her the question, hey, would you like to wake up and be a black person in America? Watch how that bitch will sit there in silence like, I don't want no parts of that. So when it comes to being blended and all this other stuff, talking about biracial people in your family or so, one of your sisters or cousins laying up with the soul pole, that don't have a damn thing to do with you. And that don't give you some type of pass to mean that, hey, look, I'm not racist. No. See, this is the most dangerous kind of racism. Do you hear me? Not one N-word is coming out her mouth, nor will it. But this is the kind that's most dangerous because, see, you don't recognize when somebody's being a serpent right in front of your face. Just like that thumbnail I got with that white alabaster serpent up there. Better understand why I put it up there. This right here is how it fools a lot of our women. And see, let me tell you what's the protection against that. For brothers too, but we talking about from this standpoint dealing with our women, because this is something that the sisters gonna have to take the lead on to shut this shit down and actually apply some critical thinking skills using past history and present day to say, wait a minute, this had never worked out for us. The protection against this crap is when your men are trying to talk to you about something, do not pull away from us and look down on us. You got to understand that together as a collective, that's where our strength comes from. That's where our strength comes from. When you separate yourself apart from your men, you are vulnerable. Her man ain't going to protect you. The Asian man ain't going to protect you. The Hispanic man, East Indian or Arab man, none of them are going to protect you. So how you shut that down and protect yourself against being manipulated by Becky, you show her that, hey, just like you stand with your man, I'm standing with mine. The ones that are worth standing with, okay? I'm not talking about every single black man. See, that's something I make intelligent distinction when I speak on these types of issues. I don't expect every sister to follow under the leadership of every man. Every man is not worthy of being a leader. Every man in Black America is not worthy of being respected. And vice versa when it comes to some of the women. We're talking about the people that do qualify. So that also means this. Let me say this to my sisters with love. Sometimes when we as black men, especially in my lineage, are doing the right thing, you may not always agree with it. You may not always like it. But this let me tell you how you navigate that, all right? And I'm preaching to the choir to you older sisters that are married, so I know y'all already get it because you're in marriages. But for some of the women that might find what I just said harsh, let me give you a rule of thumb to sit down, and if you can come out your emotions for a minute, if you're ever in a situation like this, here's something that will help you. It's discipline and practice, but it's something that will help you. If you find yourself wanting to be stubborn, you know, like a little old donkey, just sit down and just be stubborn and everything is Ask yourself one question. Why is this man trying to do this? Is it for the best interest of both of us? Does he really care about my well-being? Does he have a track record of doing things that are in my best interest? Okay. See, sometimes you have to pump your brakes and say, wait a minute. What's the track record of this man towards me and doing things that benefit me? Now, if it's a long track record, hey, the stuff that you disagree with, it's cool for you to express your opinion and say, hey, babe, I don't really like this, or what about this? Here's where reasonable compromise comes in. How about you say, okay, babe, I'm going to follow your lead because you're the man in the situation and that's your natural role. However, if it doesn't work out, let's try my idea, okay? See, there's nothing wrong with that at all because you're supposed to be a team, all right? And any decent man would say, you know what, babe, okay, cool, that's what's up. If what I'm talking about don't work out, or if I don't have the solution, we'll try your idea. Because the whole goal is to win together. You see what I'm saying? See, this is why we don't do the gender war and shit. I'm talking like somebody that's got some sense over here. Not some whining, incel-minded bastard that get up every weekend whining about women. Whining don't get shit done, and whining is not worthy of being respected. Then wonder why certain women don't want nothing to do with you. We don't do that over here. This demand zone over here, okay? So that's what I'm saying when it comes to that, all right? Everybody has to recognize what their role is, and the main thing, be willing to work together to secure the win, okay? That's what it's all about. So when it comes to Karen here, and all this nonsense she's spouting, nah, man, sisters, you better learn how to recognize a serpent in sheep's clothing when you hear them little pink, thin earthworm lips moving. Let's let it continue.
Have cousins that are married to beautiful black women or even black men. So there's a lot of mixed in my family. So if it's just a black pack, like where do you draw the line? Only certain black people? Because I have 2% Nigerian.
Oh my God, this crap was hilarious. Did this raggedy, sun-dried, turd-faced heifer just say, I'm 2% Nigerian, then lean towards the camera and pull her glasses down like that was like, do you see it? Do you see it? You see how ridiculous these fucking serpents are? You see how ridiculous they are? Come on, family. I'm 2% Nigerian. Do you see it? What? White men, let me talk to you for a second. White men. Now, I get it. I've said it at the beginning of this broadcast. One of the reasons why white supremacy lasted so long and continues to this day worldwide is because you have the most deceptive weapon on the planet, your women. I give you that. Oh boy, they are the queens of destroying shit, and you know that from your community. That's why you have such problems with them. But damn it, y'all have talks with them to refine making them an ass of themselves like this, okay? Remember Bethany Mandel when she went on that news program with that sister Brianna Joy Gray, and she asked her to define woke, and she was like, this is going to be one of those moments that goes viral. Yeah, bitch, because you sit up here remixing words to mean something that they don't. And we don't let them steal our words like that, family. Professor Black Truth recently did an excellent monologue on that, an excellent video essay on that, of why you don't let people redefine words in your culture. That's not their word. A lot of people are like, man, they done took it. No, the fuck they hadn't. We're not ceding any ground on anything that we created. Just because they take something and try to make it mean something else, doesn't mean that we're going to sit there and let them do it. Every time they try like that, it's not what that means. Woke is not a catch-all term. We get that you're trying to use that as a euphemism for nigga, okay? Every time, hit them in their face with that. We don't give these people nothing that we created or let them waltz in and rearrange something that we define. That day is over. Leave that for the tether class. We're not playing that game. But see this heifer here, leaning into the camera talking about she's 2% Nigerian. I wouldn't give a fuck if you 500% Nigerian. I don't care what you are. When it comes to our women not being your pack mule, that's something you're going to have to get used to, because see, sometimes in life, and this is true for black men and black women, but see, sometimes in life, when people are trying to talk sense into you and give you wisdom, sometimes you have to bump your head. Sometimes you do. It's unfortunate, but sometimes that's the only way for you to learn. Sometimes the only way for you to learn that fire is hot is to get your ass burned a couple of times. And now that a lot of these sisters out here done got them hands burned, and now we looking at you like, didn't we tell you all along? Maybe now some of them are going to start to realign their thought process. I hear a lot of them saying, well, we ain't going to advocate or cut for nothing unless it's for black women or black people. Good. We need all that energy turned back towards the community so we can solve our issues and problems. That's what we definitely need. We sorely need that. So the other half that still hadn't learned that yet, because you know it's always be some knuckleheads. Some of the knuckleheads are going to drag their ass right back around and still think that you got some type of camaraderie with women, white women rather, okay? They're still going to think that. But see, again, like I said earlier, those are the lost causes. Those are the people that we just have to be behind. And we have to recognize them as liabilities, okay? In other words, what I am saying, whether it's the men or the women, we got to get comfortable telling these people, hey, man, since you over there and you hadn't learned your lesson, you don't speak for our community. In other words, let me make it extra clear. The same way we don't allow the tether class to speak for us, The people that are of our lineage that want to go over there and try to ally with them folks, knowing that you can't trust them and that doesn't work, you don't get to speak for us either. You sitting over here on the sidelines with the tellers. That's how we gonna have it, family. Let's let it continue.
Am I allowed in? I think we all should be allowed in because we're women, and this is our battle together. I don't know if you noticed, but the world is still being run by men. Men that love war and that love keeping us divided. So why would you want to divide yourselves? Women had nothing.
Let me stop her before she gets to her next most egregious point. First of all, it's white men that's running America and that control the global system of white supremacy in other countries, European countries, et cetera, et cetera. So that has nothing to do with black men. But let's really go here with it. Oh, they're finna call me a misogynist now. Let's really talk about this. Men still running society, men running things. First of all, it's your men that's running it. But as far as just men in general, this is the part that a lot of people ain't gonna like. There's a reason why on that YouTube short where, you know, I got the bacon back Bacosaurus, the one on there is like bullshit. When they were playing a prank on her and talking about the election was overturned and, you know, Kamala Harris got several million more votes, so she's really the president. Go watch that YouTube short. If you look at that, and I call her Alabastress the Hood, okay, because she's about the size of a albino Jabba the Hutt. Albino Jabba the Hutt said, "A woman can't run this country." And there's a reason why a lot of women say that, because they know how catty the average woman in all races are. The bullshit that you argue about amongst yourselves, you cannot do that on the world stage. Let me say this loud and clear. I don't care who got a problem with it. Y'all better understand how big of a bullet we dodged by not having Kamala Harris as the president of the United States. That's not to say that a woman can't run the country in any capacity, just not one like that. Running a nation, okay? You can't go by what you feel. The world does not operate off your fucking feelings, okay? You put that shit somewhere where it belongs, where it doesn't affect lives, because if you start making decisions based off feelings, when war comes into play, you're gonna get a lot of people killed. That's what's gonna happen. So that's why, and a lot of women that's just honest about the shit, they'll be like, yeah, man, no. This ain't a job where you can wake up and you frustrated because you on your cycle or whatever, and you just make willy-nilly decisions. Oh, boy, I'm gonna be a misogynist for this, and I don't give a fuck. We got to call this what it is. Again, I'm not saying that there's no women capable of leadership or that no woman could be the president. It's just not the type that Kamami is. A backstabbing, lying, deceitful, raggedy, dog-faced bitch like that cannot lead any nation. She couldn't lead a damn play in a high school. She couldn't lead her way out of a wet paper bag, let alone talking about running a damn nation. See that fake it till you make it bullshit? That gets you killed and other people killed when you're in a leadership position like that. So no, there's certain women that are not capable of leadership. Does that mean all aren't? No. But the ones that have those attitudes where you want to lead with your feelings, no. You show me, look, let me give everybody a slice of advice. Even if I offended you to the highest amounts of heaven, good. Sometimes you need to be offended. Men and women, let me give you some assessment work to do. Look at the worst decision that you can remember ever making in your life and ask yourself, did I make this decision based off of feelings, or did I make this decision based off of well thought out logic? And I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, the decision that you made just purely off of your feelings and emotions, those are some of the worst decisions in your life. Does that mean that emotions and feelings are bad? No, that's a part of human nature. We all have feelings. Your feelings are not to be the basis for what you make your decisions in your life off of, okay? So you do that bit of homework and call me all the misogynist you want. I don't care. I'm going to speak the truth over here. See, I keep telling y'all, I'm from the water hose generations. Our nuts are still attached. It's a little new age society where don't say this because you hurt people's feelings and all of that. We ain't going. Those like myself, we just not going. It ain't going to happen, okay? You can deal with the truth because the truth is about reality. And when you're dealing with reality, that's where you can navigate and problem solve in a most efficient manner, okay? And you teach the younger generations to do that. Huh? After you solve the problems, then have all the feelings you want, okay? Just make sure when it comes time to solve the problem, put them feelings to the side. Handle business. Business is not about feelings, okay? So this next bit of bullshit that's about to come in y'all mouth, let me tell you something. If you hadn't had a good laugh today, you about to have one, because this is going to make you probably spit whatever you was drinking clear across the screen. Don't blame me for it. I'm warning you what's coming up. It's going to be infuriating but hilarious at the same time. Wait till you hear what this bitch is about to say next.
To do with slavery, literally, like nothing. I'm sure we were saying, hey babe, this is pretty effed up because we're nurturing, we're loving, it's wrong. That was men. So why this hate on white women?
This is exactly why I will never allow any black child or any black person around me to look up to these people as if they have a high IQ. Now, see, it's one thing to get high off your own lie, but this bitch knows she full of shit. People can blame the poor American school system all they want. No, this is willful deceit. Because one thing that you can count on, every family in white America has an elder or grandparent that was either a part of the KKK or they was related to somebody or done business with somebody that was. Oh, yeah. Where you think all them clan rolls went? They got that shit in their homes, man. I get see, they ain't going to tell you about it, but they have it. I promise you they do. Huh? Every one of them that's got an elder that's in their 70s done been around the table where they were talking about nigga this, nigga that in their home. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. So for her to make this silly statement that she knows is a lie, talking about white women ain't had nothing to do with slavery. Really, bitch? Shout out to Brother Philip Scott. He covered it where he gave the book that I've told many of y'all to read for years now. They Were Her Property by Stephanie E. Jones Rogers. Very good book to have on your shelf. It spilled the beans on what all the white women was doing during slavery, okay? Please go pick that book up for yourself. Excellent recommendation. Please go and pick up the book, The Delectable Negro. Now, I give you a disclaimer and a warning about that book in case you're a younger person or even an older person that has never read that book, okay, by Vincent Woodard. I tell everybody this when I recommend reading that book because, The Delectable Negro is a book I'll put right up there with the autobiography of Malcolm X and others and Message to the Black Man by Elijah Muhammad. Need to read it, but that particular book, you have to read it in phases. Do not try to sit and read that book all the way through in one sitting. I suggest spacing that out over a couple of weeks because it is a very heavy read. It is very sobering, and it tells you exactly what our ancestors went through in specific detail. You go read that book and then listen to what this bitch said, talk about white women that had nothing to do with slavery. Really? Do you understand that the house Negro, the house slaves, ran away because of her ass? Oh, because, Master was going to rape the black women because most of the house Negroes was women, okay? There was a few males, okay? They broke them, but most of them was women. Master going and, he get horny and go and violate our women. And then this heifer, instead of saying, okay, it's my demonic, degenerate husband that is a rapist, instead of her saying that, no, she would go and say, well, you enticed my husband and beat the crap out the house Negro slave to the point that she had to run away. See, a lot of people, when we say the term house Negro, a lot of people use that today as if you in the comfy position. But the actuality of that, the truth of what a house slave was, that was the worst position to be in. You was better off out in the fields because now you was right up under their demonic asses. Huh? Oh, yeah, you might not have been out there in the barn and in the cold. You might have ate a little better, but it came with a trade-off. Don't believe me. Look up historical accounts of these things, okay? Furthermore, let's take it on forward to Black Wall Street. Don't you know that town got burned down behind the lie of a white woman? We already mentioned our brother Emmett Till. So on and so forth. Every time you look up in history, when one of them start lying and crying, black people die. So when something, and I'm saying something for a reason, when something like this stands its alabaster ass in front of me with this shit, I don't have no patience for this. I really don't. We got to start having a zero tolerance for this type of gaslighting. And see, a lot of them women out there, I got to go here with it. A lot of you that were frustrated about the outcome of this election because Commandment didn't win, which is actually a blessing. A lot of y'all don't know your history. A lot of you are the black women, okay, and black people, but we talking about the women. A lot of them are the black women that you don't like your natural hair because secretly you'll never say it out loud. You want to be like Miss Ann. You want to try to talk with their voice inflection. You want to try to go where they're going. In other words, you think that if you try to shun your culture enough, maybe, just maybe, you can blend in enough where you'll be the acceptable negress and you can live out your pseudo I want to be a white woman fantasy. See, a lot of people ain't going to say that. That's exactly what that is. I'm going to tell you how I know it. Look at the videos. Never mind what I said. Look at the videos where they all so upset and hurt. Now, why would you be that upset and hurt if none of what I said didn't apply? You really thought that you had it in there. You boy, some of them probably laying up with them, some zaddies and everything. Oh boy, I bet you them some interesting conversations. Laying up with zaddy. So you think that you kind of halfway in there now because you're going around all the bacons and stuff. And then white women showed you that, hey, they know where their power come from. They'll talk that stupid shit with you away from their man. But when it's time to make decisions that run society, oh, they finna go vote for a Donald Trump every time. He said, grab him by the pussy. Listen, motherfucker, you don't understand that a lot of them would spread their legs wide open if Donald Trump came around talking about grabbing something down there. You the one that's offended by it. They're not. Quit letting these bitches play you, because as soon as they can't use you as a pack mule, that's when their true colors come out, and that's when they start showing you what they really think of black women. So I just had to go there. All this nonsense she talking about white women had nothing to do with slavery. The hell you preach. They were some of the chief architects of the black codes and Jim Crow, if you really know your history about that. Boy, she got the right one playing with me with it, though, because I'm going to make sure my people know the truth. Let's let it continue.
What has a white woman? Because we're somewhat married to white men. My husband's not a racist or... we're Gen X. Like, we grew up together.
Oh, bitch, no, you didn't do that. Now, y'all know I'm finna get on her ass now. Oh, no. Don't. Look, let me tell you something. Just like I don't play nobody disrespecting the city of Atlanta, I don't play you lying about Generation X neither. That is my generation. No. Let me clear this up, especially for the younger people listening. First of all, she said we're somewhat married to white men. No, you're mostly married to white men. And then she said, well, my husband's not racist. You're not qualified to make that statement. Only a black person can determine whether you and your husband are anti-black racist or not. This is some racist shit that you're saying. You just don't realize it. You're not using the N-word, but it is, because you basically trying to gaslight black women into being your little pack mule. That is anti-black racism. In a psychological, more subtle sense, without all the expletives and pejorative terms, but it definitely is. Make no mistake. But see, this whole comment about we're Gen X, we grew up together. Let me say this yet again. The reason why a lot of white people say, oh, well, we were all together, it wasn't really no racism. They're not telling you the whole truth about that. The reason why it seemed like that to them is because they know that we were the generation that would go off on your ass in a New York second. The minute that you start jumping, man, listen, you better understand something why they call our generation the terms that they did, okay? Because that still applies today. But those, especially younger generations like myself, dude, we were waiting on you to come out your mouth with that N-word. Or even just get disrespectful and be some racial undertones behind it. We stomp your ass in the damn atomic dust. So it was a very well-defined line. And see, look, here's the thing. They realized, like, okay, listen, these Negroes is not playing, so we may as well just enjoy the music and kick it and have a good time, and we just leave the racism shit alone. That's what that really was, okay? You talking to somebody that lived through that era in our younger years, what she's talking about. We grew up together. Yeah, we did. But you know damn well them rules was clearly defined, especially down here in the South. Oh, yeah. They know what time it is with that. Let me tell you something, man. Let's stay on this for a minute here before I let her continue that bullshit. For those of you that are millennials and Gen Z, go ask some Gen Xers in your family about some of the ass whooping that they had to deal out to some of them folks. Because it was few and far in between, but boy, when we had to, boy, we made sure that point stuck. See, a lot of this stuff that they bold enough to do now because they've softened down society to the point where they've mentally conditioned you to accept certain types of disrespect. We wasn't hearing none of that shit. You hear me? You better go and listen to some of the music that came up during our era. All this so-called going against the system, against the grain. We were the architects of that shit. Huh? No. So don't sit there and let them gaslight you about that. I hear a lot of white people say that, oh, man, it wasn't no racism back then. No, it was there. You just kept that shit in the bottle and you went home like, God damn it, I hate these niggas. I bet you won't come out here in public and say that. That's what the truth of that was, okay? I'm just letting it be known, man. Don't y'all fall for that. Let's let it continue.
To school, I learned so much from the Black culture because of desegregation, and I loved it. Rockin' a robin all day long, puffin' a puffin', and we're doing the double dutch. Like I loved it, and we were friends. So I don't know what happened and why there's this divide, and especially when we all need each other.
You keep saying you don't know what happened. And see, this is what killed me, because I've noticed that not only do the white folks do this, but the white adjacent people that want to identify as white on all their paperwork, I noticed they do this too. They tend to think that just because you enjoy music or entertainment, that means that, oh, we're not racist. No. If you really are for our people, you advocate for our causes. None of them do that. None of their artists do that. None of their entertainers do that. And I don't expect them to. But what I'm saying is, for them to keep trying to harp on entertainment, that fools a lot of black people. You just because I party with you, that doesn't mean that you're not a racist. No, that just means that you enjoy our music and how we dance and some of the culture. But when it comes down to actually standing up for our causes or injustice that you see happening to us, oh, you know where to be found then. That's where I base that at. Now, you show me a white person that's like, yeah, man, hey, nah, this ain't cool what you're doing to the black folks, so I'm not going to be quiet about it. Okay, now we can talk about allyship, because now you know the risk that is going to come with you taking that type of stance in your community. That's when we get to talk about that. So, yeah, all this stuff she's talking about, man, they always try to bring it back that we partied together, we smoked some weed together, got drunk, I laid up with a couple of you. That don't mean nothing. All that was going on back in the plantation days. That doesn't mean that you care anything about black people. See what I'm saying? Make no mistake. I know that what I'm saying, some of these Democrat shillbillies, the men and the women, they don't like that because that's the truth. See, they've created this fantasy world where being up under the good white folks, they finally made it. And then they just pretend that racism don't exist, like your Tim the Gum Scotts, your Byron Donalds, your Candace Owens, whoever you, Larry Elder, whoever you want to name. They get to pretend. But see, when you bring it back to reality, something that they know they see as black people. See, watch this. Let me really just go ahead and twist the knife of truth into their asses with this. Let me tell you something. You really want to see what the difference is even here in 2024 going into 2025? Just for shits and giggles, walk into a room full of white people and say, yeah, I got exactly the same amount of rights as you white people do. I'm going to go do exactly what you do. You know what I'm saying? In society. And look, they'll sit there and they'll grin at that because they know amongst themselves like, oh, this Negro has lost their mind. You damn sure better not try that around other race soldiers. Get acting like the white people act when they will act against them, because you know, hey, they'll let them actually shoot at and stab the police before they do anything. But let a black person even sneeze wrong or look the wrong way. Oh, it's 5 or 6 of them jumping on us, huh? Yeah, they know what time it is, man. So, you know, I told you, she got the right one, boy. Let's let it continue.
Can someone let me know what's going on and what changed to all the hate on white women? Because I would certainly like to know what happened. Because I don't feel like we all have friends that are diverse. So
that's another thing I want all of my people to stop letting them get away with. Misusing the word hate. Because you won't let somebody use you, that mean they hate you. Do you understand what type of psychological manipulation that is? If you won't let somebody disrespect you or mistreat you, that mean you hate them. Huh? Well, damn it, if that's what that means, then I just have to hate you then. But that's not what it means. See, There's a reason why the Native Americans called them pale devils, white devils. There's a reason why they call them that. This crap right here. And see, believe it or not, you would think that that wouldn't work on the average black person, but it does. Oh, sadly, it does. Yes, it does. Sadly, it does. They get to sitting there playing victim. Oh, you hate me. They think telling the truth about actual history is hate. No, it's the truth. If you really have a problem with it, you need to deal with that. Go ahead and get these reparations paid and then stand up against present day anti-black racism. If you're really worried about hate so much, see, why is it never hate when they do things like what Daniel Penny did to our brother Jordan Neely? Did you hear her talking about hate then? You notice that? Anytime something happened to Tamir Rice, where the white women talking about, look at the hate they inflicted on that young black baby. You don't never hear them saying that. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ayanna Jones, I could keep going on and on. Sandra Bland, huh? It's never hate then. You ever notice that? It's only hate when you won't let them psychologically manipulate you and you don't want to be their pack mule. Oh, then it's hate. Let's let it continue.
Do you think there's some little pocket of, you know, a place where we're not all interacting, engaging, in the neighborhood? It's diverse. So what happened to where there's black pack, hate against white women? I don't know what happened. Why are you guys mad at white women?
Notice she keep talking about black pack. See, let me tell you something. You doubt that you're dealing with an actual white supremacist right here on this screen. Let me tell you something. Anytime that black people say we're going to do something for ourselves, they consider that hate. Something that they don't control and it's not centering around them. Oh, you hate them then. See, that's gaslighting to make you sit in a dependent state, waiting on them or looking to them for leadership. And then it also keeps you under their thumb. You better understand what gaslighting is when you see that. Because, see, she said that multiple times in this video. It's black pack and all of that. And look at them eyes bucking. Huh? Yeah, that's right. White people eyes bucking too. The mere thought of black people doing something independent of them, oh, they hate that. Do you understand? See, this is why I always take the stance I do on certain things. I don't care whether it's dealing with the diddler or whoever. I'm always hell on my people to say, make sure that you might not making decisions that's going to lead to you crashing out because you are capable of greatness. Don't put yourself in situations where you give these people an advantage over you. For example, when we get back to her, look at the situation where the little brother there, LaMelo Ball, or whatever his name is, you know, the young brother that they fined $100,000 because he said no homo. Here's the thing. Yes, that was excessive. That wasn't fair. It wasn't right. However, and yes, there is a however. I want you to listen to what I'm telling you. I want a few people that's going to say this way. When you get to a professional level, and you get in a major bag like that, okay, this is something that's done changed your life and your family's life. You in a professional setting. Now, again, for the slow folks, I'm not agreeing with them finding him $100,000. That was definitely excessive. But you see the times we're in, and if you have sense, you understand that most of these executives and all of the corporate structure in this country, some of them are in the rainbow community. They have power now, whether you like it or not. So if you're going to say no homo, do that around your buddies. Don't do that on national TV where you know you ain't going to get away with that in this day and age. You're not. We got to start thinking, man. So I hate that it happened to him, but it's an expensive lesson learned. Learn when to keep that language amongst your friends. And see, young black people have to be taught this. Yeah, you might not agree with it. I don't either. But don't fuck up your bag unnecessarily. Because I guarantee you, had a white player done that, they wouldn't have fined no $100,000. Nah, they probably would have sat him down for a game or two, but it definitely wouldn't have been nothing like that. Bottom line is, act like you understand that we're in a system of white supremacy when it comes to those types of situations. Let it continue.
I mean, seriously, I just want to know. I mean, my friends didn't get the memo. You know, I have a beautiful friend that has a doctorate. It's tons. I have every ethnicity of friends. I don't know if they get the memo because we still love each other. So I don't know. Are these educated? Black pack? Like what?
There she is going on about that black pack, boy. She threatened by that. See, if you doubt what I'm saying is true, don't listen to me. Listen to her. Black pack, black pack. Look how she looking when she say that. Little dried up parrot looking heifer. But see, they keep talking about friends. Okay, a friend is somebody that, okay, you mutually are benefiting each other. Friendship is never one-sided, okay? Just like a committed relationship is never one-sided, or a marriage. It's not one-sided. If it's truly a healthy friendship, it's reciprocal. So I would love to see what these so-called friends of other ethnicities, because mostly when they say that, they mostly talking about the white adjacent crowd. Most of these helpers like her aren't nowhere near no black people. Because if she was, she wouldn't sound this damn ignorant. But see, she's doing this on purpose. So she's not fooling me. All right? I just wanted to point that out. Let's let it continue.
I don't know. Someone let me know. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Now, and what is a black pack? Well, black pack RY, that's a political or action committee that some black folks came up with. Now, it's Democrat shield based, but I digress. So, there's that. But she got a problem with any black people doing something outside of white folks and they don't control it. So now, here's where we got to go with this. Yeah, I got Michelle Obama up here on the screen, okay? Michelle Obama, just like her husband, okay? Lady, why are you not talking like this towards Michelle? And Michelle, why you ain't talking about the white women like her? I got to ask it in both directions, huh? Notice that? I got to go there. Why she ain't directing this towards the Oprahs and the Michelle Obamas, and why isn't Michelle Obama coming out there wagging her finger at the white women? Huh? Where you at, Michelle? You quiet. You and old big-eared Barry, your husband? Your little tether class husband? Where y'all at? To wag your finger at the white folks since you didn't get the outcome that you wanted. Boy, see, look, let me tell you one thing that I love about this election and the way it came out, okay? It is the ultimate crashing and burning template for the Democrat Party, and it's going to be the end of the so-called Obama legacy. It's over. These people, when they show up to talk to us, they are persona non grata, and they know it. And we've shown them that, and I'm proud of my people for doing that, okay? Enough of us did it to the point that they get that, hey, you don't have no influence of Black America. You right over there with Roland Martin with his no-neck having ass. Huh? So ask them that the next time they start talking about, hey, who's to blame? Hey, Michelle, go out there and give your speech to the white women. But see, she know better to do that because they know that they get most of their bread and butter from them folks, the little book deals and TV series and all of that. They know not to go out there and talk crazy to the white women. They know not to. But see, we going to be pushing them towards like, don't come over here and tell black people nothing. Go talk to them white women that overwhelmingly, again, over half, 53%, voted for Trump. And I believe the number is higher than that, honestly. Be honest with you, I believe the real number that voted for Trump out of white women more like 65%. Come on now, this is America. I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that, in case anybody be like, it wasn't that high. Really? Okay, watch this. You better, especially if you're over on Patreon, I mentioned this book, How to Lie with Statistics. You better go and get that book. It should be on every black household shelf. But see, if you think I'm wrong about that, look at the map. That damn near the whole country flipped red. Now, don't you think that a higher percentage of white women than 53% will have to vote for Trump for the whole country to look like that? Because look, the results are clear. Everybody and their mama was like, man, fuck that bullshit you Democrats talking. This economy ain't it. That's the main thing. Not to mention the illegal alien situation, huh? So I'm just saying, man, the number got to be higher than 53%. I know, it's got to be more like 60, 65, okay? You don't get a map looking like that with the outcome of this election if it wasn't nowhere near close to what I was saying. They was ashamed to really put the real number out there. That's what I believe, huh? But Michelle, you need to get up in your little purple pantsuit and go wag your finger at white women. We know that's not going to happen, though. But we got to take this in a different direction because, see, now that we've gotten on the Alabastress, let me show you what the Alabastress produces, okay? Oh, yeah. We're going to give y'all a reminder about what Becky produces, okay? When she gets a chance to raise a child. Oh, yeah. We're going to go somewhere that a lot of people ain't going to go with this.
POC, which I don't think I even have to say anymore because it's becoming more and more apparent that more Black people are like, we are not people of color, we are Black. And that's fair. I am a person of color, and to other people of color, I think we need to understand that we f***ed up. We f***ed up major. Like, across the board, up, did not vote for Kamala Harris. And Black people, specifically Black women, are very upset, rightfully, and are like, we are not supporting anyone anymore. And obviously it's not everyone, right? But it's a lot of Black women and Black people who are like, I don't care. It was something that I spoke about a couple times of POC not understanding the immense political power of Black people and specifically Black women in this country, and not.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and interject here with this babble that this little chunky face here for this spewing here. First of all, if you look at her skin tone, and I'm not sure what all she's concocted with, mixed up, whatever, I guarantee you she identifies white on her paperwork. I guarantee you she does. Let me go ahead and say this to you, people of color folks. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm Black, okay? We are not people of color. We are Black, all right? The system treats us like we're Black, and we're proud to be Black, okay? You people of color folks that have the option to identify as white and want to, we can't relate to you. You don't have a shared history with my people in this country. So that POC stuff, you keep that over there. And to the person that messaged me, what is my Cash App? Lord, I hope you a troll. My Cash App is right on the screen on the banner here. The banner is right. Lord, look, let me say this to who that person was. I ain't gonna call your name. Drugs and alcohol is not something that I encourage when you come over here to listen to my platform, okay? I mean, listen, look, stay off drugs, okay? I got a broadcast coming about that on Patreon too, by the way, that y'all gonna definitely want to catch, but the Cash App is on the screen, all right? My God. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes, boy, the stuff that you have to deal with as a content creator. But see, back to the lesson at hand. Listen, this right here that she's babbling, let me say something to you POC folks. Black people in America don't have the luxury to play ignorant and sit up there and be trying to waffle back and forth between trying to get acceptance with them folks, even though you know you're not. Especially with her features and her skin tone and that darker hair color. Oh, no. But I guarantee you, you look at her paperwork, she identifies white and probably be trying to fit in with them folks. If that's what you're trying to do, we can't do anything with you. We are going in two different directions. We are focused on our community because we're at the socioeconomic bottom, and we're focusing on getting our people protected with an anti-Black hate crime bill. All this other adjacent intersectional crap, we don't have a damn thing to do with that. And it ain't got nothing to do with no hate. It's far long overdue that we focus on our community just like everybody else does, okay? No, see, it's a brand new day. Look, all this coalition talk that they want to have, you had your chance to do that. You've had decades to work with Black folks. We've been reaching out to everybody. We supported people that come over here, be they Asians, and made sure that they have an economic floor. They take it from our community, East Indian community, same thing. Hispanic community, same thing. We support everybody except for us. We put ourselves last for decades in this country. And that day is over now. And I'm so proud of my people for that. So all this stuff she babbling about, nah, man, hey, that ship done sailed. Now, you'll find a few silly Black people, maybe the older generation, the boomers, a few of them, you can go take that to them and maybe they'll get down with that. But Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z, and Gen Alpha, oh, no, we're not having it. Let it continue.
Being able to respect that, not being able to understand that. And it all comes down to anti-Blackness and misogynoir, right? Like, that's really what it is. That's the root of all of the problems. Because if we can understand that the root of all of our problems is white supremacy, what is integral to white supremacy? Anti-Blackness. And even if we're not white, right, we still all engage in anti-Blackness, one of the strongholds of white supremacy. We're gonna learn real fast how much we f***ed up.
Yes, a little old giblet there, because first of all, what she needs to start worrying about instead of all this POC talk, baby, you need to hit you a good gym and get on some vegetables, put down the meat and the snacks for a minute. Boy, that little old face, boy, she about to have a case of basketball face. That don't make no sense there to sit up there till your head just turn around. Anyway, I digress. Listen, family, all that people of color talk, man, we ain't trying to hear that no more. It's a brand new day. Now that my people actually see that these people do not give a damn about us, they don't care nothing about our agenda, they don't care nothing about producing justice towards us. Now we're getting to see that we're going to focus on us and see what we can see. Think about it. You think about everything that we've done for other groups outside of Black America over the decades that we've done it. Just think if we put a fraction of that energy into ourselves. For you silly shillbillies that sit up there, the Black men and Black women that got on them calls, you know, the little private fundraising calls that they had for Commandment, for her to raise $1 billion and then blow it, just like she did downtown Willie Brown. Yes, I went there. You sat there, you raised all that $1 billion. Why wouldn't you raise that $1 billion for Black America? Whether you going to put it towards helping the homeless population, put it towards helping the things that we need in our community as far as fixing the things and make sure we have the resources and facilities we need to empower and educate our people. Just think about that. All them shillbillies, see, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because if you, let me tell you why I don't cut them a pass. If they both could get their ass together and hold that little private fundraiser meeting for Commandment, a Hindu bedwench with 2 wash greens, then you could have done this all alone. And make no mistake, most of that was the boule crowd and the damn treacherous Black celebrity class. That's who that was. That wasn't the average Black person, because I heard a lot of silly stuff. Man, see, why we give them? Nah, that was not the average person, because let's be clear. In order for her to have $1 billion, that means on average, at the very least, the average donor would have had to give at least $1,500 a pop, okay? At the least, I'm being conservative with my number, okay? The average Black person don't have that to just throw around today. Not the average person that when you walk into these grocery stores, you notice it's a Neiman Marcus experience. So don't think that was the average brother or sister monster. That was the celebrity class and that boule crowd. Because see, the average person, the average people wouldn't have been able to raise no $1 billion for her that fast. No. Okay. Start looking at the math. Never mind what I say. Look at math. Math does not work that way when you look at this particular tax bracket down here with the average people. Okay. Get up to that celebrity class, corporate donor class. Oh yeah, they can easily raise $1 billion. Huh? But see, that lets you know that they don't care anything about Black America, because they've never tried to do that for us with anything we got going on at all. One second, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. I think, can y'all hear me okay? Excuse me. Can you hear me okay? Because I think I accidentally muted my microphone real quick, because that wasn't on them. I think that was me. Give me a black fist if you can hear me okay, because I want y'all to hear me when we're about to go in this next part of the broadcast. Okay, look like everybody can hear me. Okay, all right, good deal, all right. That was my fault, hit the mute button when I shouldn't have. But see, where we're about to go next, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you what Becky raises, okay? Oh, yeah, this is part of the broadcast that this is going to really stick. And if anybody thought what I said about the Alabastress woman was harsh, okay, let me show you who she raises, okay? Let me show you who she raises. So without further ado, we're going to give y'all a refresher course on exactly what grows up in Becky's household.
Black people do commit more crime than white people. So if you're a police officer and you have more experience with black individuals who've committed crime, are you more likely to think a black person is guilty of said crime as opposed to if you go and arrest a Chinese man? Let's cut the bullshit. Of course, you're not going to be trigger happy on some Chinese bitch because they don't do nothing to you. So the cops don't roll up on a group of Chinese people and think, let's spray. They don't think that. They think, whoa, Chinese food, I'm hungry. This whole movement makes black people more aggressive to police because it makes black people hate the police, which makes them more likely to tell the police to fuck you and less likely to comply. And then everything gets worse, doesn't it? The only way you can truly fix this problem and mend broken America is to solve the crime that plagues low-income areas where the people of color live. But instead, what are black people doing? Looting. Like, does this help? No, it doesn't help. Cops always come at me hard, man. I didn't do nothing. Cops always fucking screaming at me, put me on the ground. Cops always trying to arrest me. So now the black people are perfectly justified to dislike the police. Because the black people have now identified a pattern on how cops treat them. And this is why it's spiraling out of control, and this is why it's never going to get better. Because no one is going to sit there and actually say what I've just said. Because you're risking being deemed a racist for just saying the truth about human pattern recognition. 150.
So yes, that was the little tragic mulatto Andrew Tater Tot, okay? Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan, okay? Little tragic mulattoes. That's what Becky raised. Because for those that don't know, he had a foundational Black American freedman father who was a grandmaster chess champion. His father died, and his mother raised him over there in the UK. That's why he sounds like he does. Okay, that's what Becky raises. But see, we're not done yet. Oh, let me show you what happens when what Becky raises makes it to a pulpit and reaches old age. Okay. Oh yeah. See, you better understand that there's a lot of truth and importance to saying that women are the first teachers of children. Let me show you what happened when they take it into the religious aspect. Okay, I want y'all to listen to this.
Years ago, or 200 years ago, when the blacks were slaves, did they ever go to Washington, D.C. and have a rally 200 years ago to protest against slavery? Did they? No. What did they do? Well, a lot of good people in the plantations would say, hey, it's wintertime. Let us help build a church for you, dear folks. And they loved them and taught them how to read so they can read the Bible. And here's what the blacks did about 150 years ago. They humbled themselves. They prayed. They sought God's face and they turned from their wicked ways. And God made slavery illegal through several white presidents, right? It worked, didn't it? They didn't protest. 150 years ago.
Yeah. See, this is what happens when they take that to the pulpit. Oh, we not done yet. If you on Patreon, you already seen this before. Oh, we ain't done. I want y'all to take a listen to this one, okay? If you thought that last one was something, listen to this. And see, I'm showing you this to remind those of you sisters that actually have some type of sense. Maybe you did run out there and vote for a commandment. You all got your feelings all hurt. I'm giving you a reminder of what that white woman raises. Even when it comes to a religious aspect, they go and pervert the word of God, okay? You think you're going to have some camaraderie with something that raises what I'm about to show you here? Let's let it continue.
And let me tell you right up front, any of you young people, you want to marry a black man, you girls, don't ask me to do it, because I will not. I refuse. I cannot do it with a conscience toward God and look these quotes in the face. You white brothers, you find a black sister, you want to marry an African or whatever more, don't ask Brother Donnie. I'll quit church, suit yourself. I'd rather you quit than me get in trouble with God. Well, glory.
Yeah. Brother Donnie said he ain't gonna do it. Now, he'd rather you quit church before he brings you one of them damn darkest, one of you heifers up in here, okay? Yeah, Brother Donnie say he ain't having it. Yet, some of them will tell you America's not a racist country. We're in a post-racial society. Shit, I can't tell. What I just showed y'all, that wasn't no footage from the 1920s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. That's in this era, today. Oh, I ain't done yet. Here's something else that Becky raises.
They're going to kill us a Negro.
And will you be at Saturday's rally?
More than likely. We'll see how things go. Calling for rain, but we'll see what happens. Called for rain today, but we still out there. The Ku Klux Klan is like the postal service. We rain, shine, sleet, or snow. We're going to be out there. Ain't no rain going to stop me. So I'm going to be out there.
And that's how you do it. Prepare a crowd.
We going to kill us a Negro.
All right.
This is the KKK.
Have a little pride in your race, brother. White pride worldwide. Have a little pride in your race, brother. White pride worldwide.
Yeah, huh? So see, I just showed you what Becky is raising in her homes today. I've shown you the younger, tragic mulatto version of it. I've shown you the old misrepresentation of religion version of it. I've shown you several factors out here that let you know that, hey, man, before you think you're going to run over there and ally with the women, you better understand what's under the surface that you don't see right in front of your face. These types of people that I just showed you are in their fucking families, okay? Just because they're not saying that to your face doesn't mean that everything that I just showed you isn't in their families. Huh? Let's go back to the religious aspect of it. Why you think they have their segregated churches like that? Are there some churches where black and white folks go together? Sure, but it's only a few of them. Because see, watch this. You take any predominantly white church and let any large number of black folks go in there that just want to get the word of God, they'll stop coming to that church. I guarantee you. They don't love the Lord that much, huh? We not serving the same God, first and foremost. You going into a church with white Jesus on it, you're in the wrong one, because this is exactly what you're looking at on your screen. Huh? I'm saying this and showing this to you, my sisters, to get you to think. You don't have no allies with the women. You really don't. How many times they got to show you that this is what they are right here on this screen? They've shown you time and time again, over and over, and yet some still won't learn, and that's okay. Like I said, some people we just have to get comfortable accepting that they're lost causes. There's nothing that we can do with them. Nothing at all, okay? Because see, let me play this for you. I played everything that I shown you for a reason. I'm not going to even interrupt this sister. I want you to take in context everything that I just shown you, and then I want you to listen to what this sister is saying right here. And then you're going to understand why I'm trying to teach this lesson the way I'm trying to teach it over tonight. Let's let it play.
It's for the white people and the white people only. Oh, y'all are standing on big business. And I love to see it. Y'all are cutting off family members. You are standing up for black people in these comments. Y'all are stitching videos and going in, and we love to see it. This is how you ally. You hold the people accountable for their actions, your people, because our group, we understood the assignment. We showed up and we saw the assignment through. We did our jobs, right? Now y'all are saying bet. All y'all getting in the comments, and a few of you have been in my comments saying, hey, you rest, we'll take it from here. Oh, y'all are taking it. And I love to see it. We're still not helping, though. I just want that to be clear. No, that is not going to make us come out of retirement, but I'm enjoying watching it. I'm enjoying watching you all take the accountability.
Let me pause the sister real quick. I wasn't going to interrupt her, but anytime somebody asks an important question in my chat room, I take the time to educate them. To the I'm not sure if it's a brother or sister, the shy citizen there with the cat symbol there, because I don't know if you're a brother or sister. You asked what the white supremacist Klans member had on his neck, the tattoo 1483. What does that mean? The 14 stands for the 14 words of white supremacy. Go and look that up for yourself, because I want to educate you, but give you things to research. And the 83, that stands for Heil Christ, okay? Hail Christ. Number 8 and 3, okay? 88 will be Heil Hitler, okay? See, they use coded numerology in white supremacy. I did a whole video on different white supremacist gangs years ago that's on this channel. Scroll down my archives, you will find a lot of that information in there. Better yet, if you want to go into further detail about that, join my Patreon. Trust me, all my patrons over there will tell you it is well worth the wait to go over there and scroll through my archives. I have things over there on white supremacy that most people will never show you and don't even know exists or wouldn't know how to break it down and explain it. So I'm glad that you asked that question, family. Glad that you asked that question, because you have to know what these things mean. And see, before I let the sister continue, reason why I'm taking the time to answer that question, you need to know what those tattoos represent when you out and about in the public, so that you can recognize, okay, that's one of them over there. Because see, to the average person that didn't know what that means, you would just think that that's just an average white person, when it's not. They getting that tattooed on them, hey, that has a meaning behind it, okay? So I appreciate the question. If you ever have any other questions on things like that, please feel free to ask, and I will not hesitate to give you an answer. Let's continue.
And say, hey, I hear you, I get it. I'm not going to just say I hear you and get it. I'm actually going to go put some action behind my words. And I love that for you. Keep that up. That's how you start. That's how you start. Again, we're not in retirement. And take those damn bracelets off.
Okay, so I let the sister give you her take on things. And see, again, I've already broken this down, how that is heartbreaking to see some sisters still thinking that you have some camaraderie with them damn demons that raised what I shown you. Now, is all of them like that? No, but the greater majority of them are. And here's the thing, the ones of them that aren't like that, they're not going to stand up and do anything to challenge those that are in their families, because these are their relatives. You understand? And see, sadly, it'll take a sister like that to have to go out here again, thinking that you got some allies with them people, and they show you better than they can tell you every single time. And I just hope it's never a time where she finds out that, okay, not only do you not have any allies with your political agenda, you don't have no allies if it comes to one of them trying to harm you and them standing up to the person to protect you. You don't. You really don't. You better recognize that what's on your screen here, that's an actual serpent. And there's only one thing that you do with a serpent. So we're not done yet. I'm going to play this without any interruption. And then I'm going to give my commentary at the end of it because, see, let me just go ahead and say this flat out. This election has shown us, sadly, that it's some black folks, men and women, that are just so far gone over to Democrat. They've even replaced white Jesus with Democrat, in my opinion. They so far gone over there to thinking that the right side to vote for is the Democrats that don't do a damn thing for your people. There is no right side to vote for as far as Democrats and Republicans. The right side that you vote for is what's going to be in the benefit of your community. I don't care which side have to give it to you. You're not supposed to be loyal to neither party, not even a third party candidate. We're supposed to be loyal to us. That's what every other group that participates in politics does. They don't give a damn, technically, about parties or one or the other. They're looking at, okay, if I give you my vote, what am I going to get for me and my community? I want you to listen to this sister right here, and I'm going to say sister, I'm going to try to be nice. But this right here, this mindset is a problem. And see, let me say something. What it's going to take to combat what you're about to hear is going to take the women in her age range that have sense, that come into spaces like this to say, hey, helper, listen. That shit you talking about has not worked for our people. Because see, if it comes from somebody like the men, we get to be misogynistic and all this other stuff. Ladies, you see, it has not worked. It has been on bold display for the last 4 years of what happened when you run out and support them damn Democrats in large numbers. And then as soon as they get in power, they forget about you until it's time for you to vote again. Now, is that not what just happened with this 2024 election, which they just lost? And Democrats, you can lose a couple more. We are prepared to let you crash and burn over and over and over again. We can. But see, this chick right here, I want you to listen to what she got to say. I'm not going to interrupt her. I'm going to give my thoughts at the end of it. Sisters, this is going to be your job in her age range to deal with this nonsense that's about to come out her mouth.
I woke up this morning and it was heavy on my heart that I owe my brothers an apology. The news created story after story that essentially our brothers were deserting us and that they were turning towards Trump and going to vote for Trump in higher numbers than ever seen before, which was a lie. Trump pulled the same number of black men as he did his last election. I believed all the stories. I got wrapped up in the hype. And you know why that's so crazy? Because I, Randy B, am the one who was always talking about how the media tries to manipulate us, how the media always shows the negativity within the black community. And I'm the one who knows exactly how they manipulate us to create separation between us. But I fell for it. And I became upset. And I did my little think pieces. I think I was always respectful. I always try to be respectful. But I came for y'all. I was upset. I was hurt. Because, you know, with my brothers, I take it personally. I take it personally. I got too much love there not to take it personally. And I was wrong. And I am sorry that I got wrapped up, that I trusted mainstream media, who has never, for the most part, reflected us in a good light or has ever done anything or written stories that unite us, for the most part. So I am sorry, and that's on me, and I will be more careful in the future. Black men, for the most part, stood by us. Are there the outliers? There's always going to be. But for the most part, brothers voted for us. And many are saying that they were voting in support of our reproductive rights, us as women, and they were voting for a black woman. May this election remind us of how united black people are. We may disagree all the time about things because we're family, and families do that. But when it's time to unite and come through, we come through. We showed up for each other. We are a team. I don't want us to focus so much on how we're not good or the dissension between the two of us, between black men and black women. I really would like for this to be a time of healing for all of us. Because if we don't have each other, we don't have nothing. If we didn't learn nothing about this election, we need to have learned that. And so thank you, black men, for standing by us. I'm sorry. And I hope that we continue to build upon this. We use this as a moment to get even stronger. My love to all of you out there. We need each other.
Now, let me go ahead and give my commentary on what she said, because I let her get that out without interruption for a reason. First of all, let me go ahead and be blunt and say it. Yes, we all knew, all of us in New Black Media know that most of the folks are going to run out there in our community and go run and vote for the Democrats. But enough of us didn't vote, or either voted third party, or some voted for the orange man, or rode the couch for them to lose the election. Because it don't take everybody. It just take that critical mass that we reached for them to crash and burn. Now, if you listen to what she's saying, and this is the part that I want the sisters in her age range to really take to heart, what I'm telling you, y'all gonna have to handle this. Notice in her diatribe there, she just kept talking about, well, you came out and supported us, you voted for us, and calling Kamami a black woman. And she was saying what's for the women, instead of saying what's good for Black America as a whole. Sisters, y'all gonna have to get vitriolic, zero tolerance about any woman in our community doing that bullshit. You don't come out talking about just what's for black women. You must be talking about what's good for the community as a whole. Same thing with the brothers. We do that, though. We don't just say, hey, let's just get this for the black men. No, give us what's best for the entire community, just like they do other groups. And see, I got to go here. Most of them Negroes that voted along for commandment, those are beta males that are not fit to lead and protect the household. Because one of the jobs as a man, and it's not going to always be pleasant to the women, we don't just follow behind the women just because you want us to do that. That's not being responsible if we do that. Because sometimes what you want to do is not what should be done. And you have to have a man that's willing to tell you that, no matter how mad you get. Sometimes you got to be mad. And then you have to realize later, like, you know what? Damn, baby, you was right. And it takes a strong man to be able to do that, because we do love our women. We want to see you happy, but our first and primary responsibility is to make sure that we protect you. You don't get to be happy if you're not protected, okay? So I'm just saying, most of them dudes, man, I'm glad that the results came in the way they did, because we see exactly what we need to do in Black America. We got a lot of work to do. Yes, I'm glad the Democrats crashed and burned, but we have a lot of work to do, because, see, the good thing about that, and I'm not trying to be funny, she is an older woman. She is not the future. We must make sure that the younger women understand that, hey, don't you go out here and be nobody's pack mule and they use you and you don't get nothing out the deal. We got to start teaching them to go back and look at the numbers in the elections, look at the policies throughout, not just this election, but going on back, and look at the condition of Black America after you run out and vote Democrat. It didn't help us. And that doesn't mean go run and vote for the Republicans. It means we come to the political middle and be political independents and let people compete for your vote, okay? With policies that are going to benefit the entirety of the Black community, not just the women, not just the men, both halves of the community. That's what it's going to take, okay? So, family, I think I'll hit the nail on the head here and make my point with this. Thank you to everybody that contributed to the broadcast, especially those that are able to see the doggone banner. Boy, I don't know. I believe that was probably a troll, though, that messaged me, what's your cash app? I'm like, oh, my God. Say no to drugs. Say no. You better be glad I ain't got the little black lady queued up. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Before we get out of here, let me see if I can find her real quick. I need to find her and play the song, man, because, damn it, that right. To see what that made me do. I wasn't going to do no pettiness like this, but see, when people come through and do stuff like that. Now I got to pull out the classics. Oh, hold on. See, it's a sister that's got a song for folks that's on these drugs and stuff like this. Yeah. Let me see if I can find this sister. Oh, okay. Let's see, sometimes you have to let a song deliver a message better than talking to somebody, okay? They better hope that I can't find the sister. I'm looking for her right now. If I can find her, we gonna play that song. Do I have her over here? Let me look through my files here, man. I should have had, you know what? I'm gonna start keeping this queued up just in case we get folks to come over here and ask silly questions. But there is a such thing as a silly question sometimes. Sometimes it is, okay? All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find old girl here. Y'all gonna laugh your ass off if I can find it, because some of y'all done heard the song before. But I'm gonna have to start keeping this queued up if I can find her real quick, so that we can remind people to stay off of these harmful substances, just rot their brain to the point where they just talk crazy. Because if y'all listen to it, and that's another thing while we on this before we close out here, y'all stop coming into people's spaces like my brother Tariq Nasheed, high and drunk. I said, look, if you're gonna be the male folks, we expect that of them. But our people, black folks, don't do that. You an embarrassment. Don't do that. That's not funny. That ain't cute. You want to be high and drunk, just sit and listen. Stop picking up the damn microphone and getting up there speaking and embarrassing our people like that. That shit ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? That nah. See, them the brain dead folks that vote for commandment because that's what they want to do, okay? Sit up there and embarrass our people like that. Let me see if I can find this thing, man. And maybe I won't be able to find it, because boy, if I find it, yeah, I got the clown with this. Let me see. I know she in here somewhere. Probably didn't label it. And see, listen, man. Hold on. Is that it? I did. And see, listen, man, that's another thing I'm going to do too. I got some new memes that I'm working on that, boy, when y'all see these, man, I got people that know me that's saying that some of them are just over the top. I'm like, no, I think this is kind of doable here, but I'm going to definitely have to go ahead and put them out there. I mean, sometimes you just got to do it. Hold on, I think I'm getting, here she go right here. This. Let me go ahead and put her up here real quick. Hold on. Let me go ahead and put it up here. Let's see. Sometimes people need to listen. Let me get this full screen and make sure that y'all can hear it, okay? Because when it comes to these drugs, man, y'all got to stop this stuff, man. This ain't good, man. Y'all got to cut this out. This is not healthy for our people. So I'm going to play you a song on the way out that let you know that if you on drugs, okay, and that's including alcohol, that impairs your judgment and your right frame of mind, stop coming around your people until you sober up, okay? You got to get off this stuff. Let me let the sister go ahead and sing it to y'all. Yeah, take that sister's advice, man. Get up off that cocaine and crack and get your mind back, okay? Get yourself together, get your mind back. Anyway, family, I had to do it. I'm going to have to keep that on deck from now on. But listen, thank you to everybody that contributed to the broadcast. We definitely have a lot more things to touch on, like I said, on researching the stories that you all sent me about the brother that was killed found down in the river down here in Georgia, and several other situations that y'all have made me aware of. We're definitely going to have the X space coming up where we're going to have the sisters giving the younger sisters some game to make sure that they don't have to go thinking about OnlyFans or getting with some knucklehead that's out here in the streets doing stupid shit for money so they end up with a criminal record or, being unalived too early. We're going to definitely have a lot of that coming up because, see, one of the things about this platform, I'm not Hollywood. You can reach me, okay? As long as you're talking like you got some sense, you can reach me and I'll get back to you in a timely fashion. And we work together to get things done. I'm just a voice on the microphone that represents the people. So with that said, salute to you, Black first, take care of your families, and I will see you all in future content.